Barcelona is known for its grid-patterned planning. The initial concept of the grid pattern was well-designed and efficient. But now the square blocks are enclosed from all four sides, and the courtyard and green spaces are utilized for parking, which leads to congestion and poor connectivity between the two blocks. Height limitations have been ignored, and open spaces have been taken over for the development, which affects natural light and ventilation within blocks. Overcrowding in the city center and poor connection between the residential and industrial areas cause an imbalance in density. This imbalanced dense and car-centric growth has a major impact on the social, environmental, and economic growth of the city. In order to balance the density of the entire city, the objective of our project is to strengthen the connectivity between residential and industrial sectors. It will have a significant impact on its surroundings and the development of the city as a whole to promote production within this new self-sufficient block. Our design approach will cover social, environmental, and sustainability aspects, urban mixity, and balance in density in addition to other things. The site is on the right side of the Bessos River, which is nesting between the industrial and residential areas and with good public transport, and it is also a road and railway infrastructure corridor. Adjoining free parking lot solves the problem of parking to the superblock. The site zoning diagram shows the composition of the superblock. The main street runs through the whole superblock. The industrial area is on the ground level with elevated structure that allows more public transport, and the space in the air and the sky pathways belong to pedestrians. Our concept of entangled multi-layered spaces, segregation of pedestrian and vehicular movement, use of wood in construction, voids and vegetation pockets throughout the superblock will improve the overall ecology of this self-sufficient super-green block. The industrial spaces are at bottom level with transport access for easy movement. Commercial and public spaces are provided above industrial spaces to segregate pedestrian and vehicular movement. Residential spaces are provided at middle level and connected with entangled elevated pathways. Top level is dedicated to entangled green terraces for more private and semi-private interactive spaces. The new industrial superblock still integrates the principles of the Barcelona superblock project, which are healthy infrastructure, sustainable mobility, and economic development. Combining traditional industrial areas with residential and commercial areas through the new superblock, it strengthens the role and contribution of industry to society, and provides solutions to the major challenges facing the city. By resolving the social tension between the aspirations of the residents of the industrial area and the poor living environment and the difficulties of daily life, the new superblock will attract a large number of people to settle in the area, thus increasing the workforce and raising productivity levels. So the new productive superblock will have a pleasant, sustainable living environment, housing in line with the industrial area, easy access to transport, and a range of amenities. Firstly, to provide a sustainable living environment, the superblock uses timber as the main material, reducing the overall carbon emissions of the structure. In addition, large areas of greenery are scattered throughout the structure, blurring the sense of boundary between the structure and the greenery, creating a unique effect of greenery in the building and building in the greenery. The voids between the stepped vertical structures ensure light and ventilation within the superblock. Secondly, the comfortable residential area is located above the industrial production area at the bottom of the superblock, with a walking distance of less than 10 minutes between the two, greatly reducing commuting times for workers and increasing productivity. The open terraced residential area also brings neighbors closer together, making it easier for people to interact with each other. Inside the rooms are loft units with high ceilings, and corridors on the second and third floors provide residents with open views. In addition, the trees serve as pillars for the corridors and are integrated into the floor slab in a sculptural way, while at the same time providing ample green space for the interior of the house. Thirdly, in order to cater for the daily socializing of the residents, public spaces are set up in certain areas of the neighborhood. At the same time, these spaces meet the needs of people for recreation and exercise, allowing people to live in industrial areas with a rich leisure life. The open public spaces are well ventilated and have plenty of sunlight, so that the residents do not feel depressed in the vertical megastructure and can live a relaxed life. Finally, the complex spaces within the superblock have a large number of skypaths and connections that form a unique tangle circulation. They connected the residential, industrial areas and public space, and allowing people to move both vertically and horizontally, which enhanced the mobility and accessibility within superblock. Otherwise, the tangled connections of half greenery and half pedestrian pathways enrich the spatial experience and provide a comfortable space for people to linger and interact. The Productivity Superblock is directly connected to the main surrounding transport network and has well-developed land transport conditions. The superblock has a large number of factories and plants on the ground floor for the production and stocking of goods, as well as a range of retail outlets for the sale of goods and, to a certain extent, for self-production. In addition, high-tech production techniques such as robotic production and dark farming have been introduced to increase productivity. Productivity Superblock is connected to Barcelona's largest highway, the Ronda Litoral, which links the east and west sides of the city along the coastline and is known as the City Ring Road. This facilitates the rapid transport of goods produced within the superblock to all parts of the city. The superblock become a big intervention that redefine the pedestrian and vehicular traffic in Barcelona city. In addition, the right side of the superblock is close to the port of Barcelona, the third largest container port in Spain, which provides important conditions for maritime trade. The building is divided in two in the middle and is connected by bridges that enhance the fluidity and flexibility of the space. In addition, the road within superblock is lined with retail outlets that are more visible to those passing by, attracting external shoppers with lower prices of origin on the one hand, and meeting the daily needs of the people within the community on the other. It also brings commercial activity within the community and enriches the lives of the residents. The industrial area is at the bottom of the superblock and is directly connected to the driveway, making it easier for trucks to load and unload goods without disturbing the residential areas above. A suspended path in the middle connects the other half of the superblock structure, separating the pedestrian and trucks traffic patterns and allowing the inhabitants move safely within the superblock. Finally, the gray spaces underneath the superblock contains a dark farming site where all work is carried out mainly by robots, making the best use of the space within the superblock and increasing the productivity of the community by producing more food. The organic shape of the planter blends subtly with the surrounding wooden structure, blurring the sense of boundary between plant and building. The crops in the planters provide ample food for the superblock as well as serving as decoration within the space. Dark farming is a far-sighted intervention of future city, exploring the idea of non-human production technique.